Where we have a pretty distinct disagreement at the moment, or at least we have an alternative we think is a better way to go, is how are we going to fund this thing? And I know that and I think many people on our side of the aisle just can't get past this odd situation, which I really can't remember in the state ever before, where at the same time we're asking one group of people to pay more in taxes, we're simultaneously cutting someone else's taxes. And when you look at how that's working, what's been happening over the past years is our tax system is getting more and more regressive. And what that means is if you look at what percentage of income do different Hoosiers have to contribute toward the operation of our state and the upkeep of our infrastructure like our roads, it's a much higher impact on low-wage earners. And somebody really needs to speak up for them right now. Because the people that are going to enjoy this trend line off into the future, you know, they got organizations, they got the chamber, they got the manufacturers, many of the corporations have their own lobbyists. They have people who can be here in the hallway and they can speak up for what they think will help them. But what about the minimum wage worker who's got to put gas in their car to get to work, maybe got to drive farther to work than they want to because that's the closest place they could find anything remotely approaching a decent job. So this is like survival payments. Just get gas in the tank. And then they go to register their car, and yeah, you know, for me, I'm fortunate. I got a great education. I'm doing fine. 15 bucks in my car, you know, that's just probably not a big deal. But if I'm a minimum wage worker, and I'm making $7-something an hour, I'm going to get my Social Security and payroll stuff taken out of there, I got to work like 3 hours to pay that extra 15 bucks. And that's 15 bucks is not going to pay for my kids' textbooks for school, which, by the way, we're not willing to pay for out of the state coffers, and all of the other expenses they're facing. And so all we're really saying on this side of the aisle is if we're going to ask those low-wage earners, the low-income people in the state to pay more, maybe we should ask for a little bit of sacrifice. And you know, we're not saying give us anything back you already got. We're just saying, why don't we just hold it up? You got a nice cut so far. Why don't we hold it up there and just call it good? And let's contribute that money to our infrastructure, which, by the way, as a corporation, that's really going to help you out. Logistics is big. So you're going to get a direct benefit from that. So let's even it up a little bit. That's what the Democratic Alternative Plan is doing. Let's even it up. Let's make it fair across all income earners in the state. I think that's the least we can do. And I really hope you'll consider that, because if we in this room don't stand up for those minimum wage workers, for those people who got to travel a distance to get to work, who's going to stand up for them? That's the question.